Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Hariba Hayas and I will be talking about my remarkable review today, so I hope you guys enjoy it. So first, a little backstory. I ordered the remarkable quite some time ago, and that was in February or March last year. We were batch 2, so we had to wait quite some time because I don't know, maybe it wasn't even produced yet or there weren't enough produced yet, but eventually we got it in September or October last year. So yeah, I was really happy with it, even though I had to wait quite some time. But it was definitely worth it. Let me show you what it looks like. I will take it out of the case for you. So it's just a very thin plate, so a very thin tablet. It is also very light. It kind of like feels or looks a little bit like glass or something. It also feels and looks a very, how do you say it, fragile, but it's not, at least I haven't experienced it like that. But I would definitely get a case with it, so I did. I got the, I think it's called like a booklet sleeve, so it's like a book where you can put your Remarkable in. It has a magnet side here and the Remarkable has the same side, so you can just slide it in here and it clicks, and then you can close it whenever you're not using it and open it when you want to read something. I also got the Marker Plus, I think it's called, which also has a magnet side here, and you can just click it on the side, and so you have your little Remarkable package. And because it's so light and thin, you can easily put it in your bag if you want to go to work or if you want to take it to your school for studying or whatever. So that is definitely a plus. I think the Remarkable is right now selling for 399 euros. You can only buy it on the Remarkable website. You get a basic marker with it. As I said, I got the Marker Plus. The biggest difference is that you have an eraser on top of the pen, so you can also erase text with the back side. But to be honest, you also have quite some different erase options in the tablet itself, so I don't use it that much, so I wouldn't recommend paying extra for this marker. This marker is 99 euros. I got the like booklet type of sleeve, and this was also 99 euros. And they have a cheaper one for 79 euros, and it's more a sleeve where you can just put your Remarkable in whenever you're not using it. It is very expensive, but for me it was very worth it because I have to read and write a lot for my work. And doing this only on a computer screen really gives me a headache, it gives me dizziness. I just can't read for like more than an hour on a computer screen. And that's why I really prefer the Remarkable over a screen, because I can just upload everything on this and I can just read it, I can mark it, I can write on it, just like I would do on a paper that I would print out. So it is very friendly to the eyes because it has the same technology that a Kindle would have whenever you're reading or writing on that. There are two things about Remarkable that are less fun. The first one is the marker. The thing that really bothered me, that whenever I was writing, the marker at some point starts already drawing lines on the tablet before you touch the screen. So that's really annoying because you cannot write a normal word because it will go all the way, all the different ways. And what I found as a tip online is to not to put the tip in completely, but for maybe like 3/4, and that really helped in the beginning, but I felt like the tip felt very unstable because it wasn't put in completely. So what I did was cut a little tiny piece of the end of the tip and then put it in, and since then it's been working. Make sure you only cut a very small piece, because I had to throw away one of my tips because I cut out a little bit too much. And I will probably also be looking into other markers from other brands, because I saw some good reviews on that. So another disadvantage of the Remarkable is that you cannot read any books that are protected by Adobe DRM. You cannot get them on the Remarkable. You cannot import them. So yeah, that was something that was really sad for me, because I feel in the Netherlands most of the books are protected by Adobe DRM, and now I have to find PDF versions of what I want to read, or find a way to convert the books. So definitely keep that in mind if you're thinking about buying a Remarkable. However, overall, I am very happy. The device allows me to read so much without getting a headache, without having books lying around everywhere. You can just take your Remarkable whenever you're going on a trip or on the road or in a public transportation, and it is very lightweight and thin, as I already said. You can take it easily with you, and you have everything you need whenever you have a thought coming up or whatever. You can just write it down. I also use it for my personal journaling. I have different to-do lists on it. So yeah, I would definitely recommend buying this, even though the price range is quite high, but I think it's very worth it. On the left top corner, you have the button that you push and turn it on. So you first come to this overview page. I've tried to make some folders for myself, for example, the books that I read, a personal folder, and one for my work. You also have a quick sheets. This means if you click on that, you will get a sheet immediately. I can show you some features for drawing. We have a ballpoint pen, a fine liner, a marker, pencil, mechanic pencil, paintbrush, a highlighter, and a calligraphy pen. So I will show you some strokes. You can also choose your color here. It's not possible with every type of pen to choose a color, but for most of them it is. And you can choose the type of stroke you want, thin, medium, or thick. Mostly when I'm writing, I like to use the thin one, because you can write smaller and more delicate words. But maybe for drawing, I think medium and thick would also be good. So I will show you with the medium stroke all of the different pens and markers. So this is the ballpoint pen. So you can see if you put more pressure, you get a more significant line, and with a little bit pressure, it's a more light line. Let me go back. So this is a ballpoint line. You have the fine liner, which is more like a little bit thicker and lighter. Then you have a marker, which is really thick. The pencil really draws like a pencil, so you can make it darker, or maybe some light strokes. I think this is very interesting if you're into drawing. You have the mechanical pencil, which is also pencil-like, but I think maybe a combination between the ballpoint and the pencil. You also have a paintbrush. So here you can also, it depends on how much pressure you put, and then you can have thicker or thinner coloring. You have the highlighter, which just highlights text, and then it gets quite light, so you can easily still read everything. And then you have the calligraphy pen. So these are the different pen types. And if you want to erase something, you can just do so by using like the back of the eraser of the pen, but you can also use the eraser functions here. If you click eraser and you go over it, it removes whatever you've written or drawn. You can erase a certain section, so you can select the section and then it will remove everything from that section. And you can also erase all, and then it just clears your whole page. And the thing is, what they market themselves with is that they are a tablet that really has the same feeling and texture as paper whenever you're writing. So that is definitely true in my opinion. So for example, you can also hear it. So if you're drawing, you can really hear it has like a paper-like sound. It is also a very good tablet for people that are into drawing, or artists, or maybe people that make certain designs. I am not one of those people, unfortunately. So if I draw, it will be something like this. So say hi to Henk here. But what this allows me to show you, that you can also remove, like if you click here, you can select certain parts of the page. And now, yeah, might not be good, but you can remove whatever you've been drawing. So for example, you want the head somewhere else, you can just drag it across the screen. You can put it back if you want. So I think that's also a very cool feature. Now let's erase this and show you what you can do with text. So for example, if I'm choosing the ballpoint pen and I'm saying, hi guys, thank you for watching, you can convert it to text. So hi guys, thank you for watching, and you can send it to yourself. Here you can have multiple layers. You can add a layer, and now we're in layer 2, so this means I can draw over it. But when I go back to layer 1, I can remove this and I can go back to layer 1. Here you can have your page overview. You can see I only have one page, and above you can say, like again, convert to text, send. You can add a page, you can move it, you can duplicate it. I can add a new page if I want, so I can write a new text like remarkable review and so on. You can set it to a landscape view, so you can turn it around if you want to. Here above you can add folders. So for example, I want maybe a YouTube folder. I can enter and create one. So you can see here it's white. That means that it's still empty. There are no documents in it. The quick sheets you cannot move into your files. I think it's mainly here so you can quickly write something down or draw something. With your notebook, you can choose all kind of templates. It is also touchscreen, by the way, so you do not always need to use your marker. So you can choose a blank template, a storyboard, a day planner, dots, a grid. You can choose different lines, large lines, small lines. I really like the small lines whenever I need to take notes on anything, mostly like during meetings or when I'm brainstorming things for myself. So for example, we say we want the small line, and here we say YouTube video ideas, and I can create it, write something in the lines, helps you to keep writing straight. I can select this, and if I want, I can move, like click on move, and then I can pick, for example, the YouTube folder, and I can say move it here, and then the document goes into that folder. So that's also very handy whenever you're trying to organize your Remarkable. So for example, I can show you how to take notes in books. So I am reading Rich Dad Poor Dad right now. What I can do is I mainly use the marker for this. So for example, I'm like, okay, this sentence is very important. So I mark it. I can also write something down like exclamation point and, well, important. So I think that's very handy whenever you're reading and you want to remember something, or just in the future you want to show yourself, well, this was important, or this really is something that changed my mind, or I learned something about this. You can write it down, and then you can just go back and reread, and you can like reread only the parts that you marked and written something. So if you've marked something and you're like, this is not the right sentence, I needed the sentence before, you can just click on this and you go back. And if you're like, oh no, I still want to mark that sentence, you can just use this one and it will like redo whatever you removed. Let me see, you can also remove whatever you've marked. If you just want to erase it, that's also a possibility. And if you maybe want to underline something or like circle it, maybe something has a correlation with this part of the text or here, or maybe you want to make like a little mind map like structure, you can just do it here. And then conclusion, you can do like everything. You can just write over the text, next to the text, you can do whatever you want. Another thing that I really love about Remarkable is that you can get a browser extension on your computer. So whenever you're browsing on the internet, you can, and you find an interesting article or an interesting website or whatever, and you want to read it through on your Remarkable, you just click on the extension, and then it pops up on the Remarkable. As you can found an interesting article on flexible brains in a changing world, and I was like, yeah, I want to read this on my Remarkable. So I clicked the extension and it appeared on my Remarkable. Yeah, I think these are the most important features that the Remarkable has to offer.